Congressman Eric Burlison says he's talked to over 50 UFO witnesses and he needs the White House's help to see the goods. Let's talk about it next. My name is Chris. I had a stroke and now I love aliens. Let's get to the video.
The Strokeonaut. Finding the truth.
This information comes from the Stephen Diener Unidentified Alien podcast, which was on Twitter and Spotify. I've taken a couple of clips of some fascinating information that Congressman Burlison gave. So I broke it down, but you should watch the entire interview, and I'll leave links below to the Twitter and the Spotify so you can watch the entire interview because it was a good job. It's a great interview. In this first clip, Eric Burlison states about how many whistleblowers he's talked to, and it's a short clip, it's about 2-3 minutes, and it's about nearly 50 people. Roll the tape.
Is that a big number, Eric? I mean, just when you talk about people behind the scenes who don't really want to be made public but are willing to have conversations, at least in private meetings, is that, I mean, do we put that over 5 people, 10, 15? I mean, what kind of number are we looking at where all these people, they don't want to be made public, but they have something to say?
There's a long list. And for me, I've gathered a list of people from all the conversations that I've had with others, people that I need to at least reach out to. It's a long list. So it's in the probably 4 dozen range.
Wow. Very interesting. I mean, really, that's kind of a staggering number. I was a little shocked actually at the amount. We were talking about close to 50 people that are behind the scenes that would, possibly come forward if there were better protections for them. So these are all people that have been in the private sector as far as contractors, military. Is that kind of what we're looking at with that number?
Yeah, exactly. It's a mix between private sector and people that are actually serving the military or have served.
Are a good number of these, what would you say, maybe like split as far as people who have seen something and can't explain it versus people who have actually worked on programs, kind of like a Dylan Borland who worked on programs and have firsthand experiences?
So by most of the names on this list are people that we know worked on programs that were identified as either part of the legacy program or adjacent to it.
So that's a good amount of people. It's almost 50 people. Which is good. In this next clip, he talks about the board, the little group they're in the Congress trying to get together to give which hasn't passed yet, the law to give them amnesty because a lot of them don't want to come forward without the amnesty. So this is a quick little clip of him explaining that. Roll the tape.
Would they feel more comfortable if something like a Whistleblower Protection Act got passed? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think that, one of the strategies that we have that may compel a lot of people to come forward is that we're giving the board or this commission that we're creating the ability to have some form of amnesty, to be able to grant people amnesty. Because what I'm told,
amnesty is really needed for these whistleblowers because in this clip he's going to talk about right now, he's going to explain that a lot of them are new to the program and they don't want to be caught up on what people did in the past. This is another short clip. I'll play it now. Roll the tape.
Because what I'm told is that there's a lot of people in the private sector, maybe mid-level managers or people that truly are working these programs, but they inherited these programs. And some of this stuff that's been going on is either financially criminal or other crimes that are occurring. And they don't want to be on the hook for this. So if you create a window of time where we say, if you come forward and tell us what you know, then you'll be in the clear. I think that will cause a lot of people to come forward.
So I completely agree. If you want to get people to come forward, these whistleblowers, either in the beginning of the program, in the program now, you're going to have to get them amnesty because they're not going to say, oh, yeah, I did that. And they get all wrapped up. And if there was, illegal things done, money stolen, or money used without permission, or maybe even people killed. Who knows? But they're not going to come forward and say, oh, yeah, we know everything about that, because they're going to open themselves up to liability. I don't blame them. So amnesty is definitely something that's needed, but it keeps failing every time it goes to pass. And the Congress tries to pass it, it fails, and it doesn't pass. And I wonder why, because if it passed, you would see a lot more people coming out of the woodwork. I think once amnesty, if it ever does pass, you're going to get a flood of whistleblowers that are going to come screaming through, and they're going to blow the lid off this process. I truly believe that. But that's why they won't pass it, because then they'll open the floodgates, and you might even get photos, evidence, besides just people telling stories. You might get actual physical evidence or where the stuff is. That would be pretty damn exciting, I think. So in this last clip, Eric Burlison talks about how he's going to need the White House's help to get to see these programs, to get to the facilities, to get to see the data, everything. Because without the White House, he's never going to get any of this information. So in this clip, he talks about how that process, I was trying to start that process. I was trying to reach out to JD Vance, and maybe something will happen. I don't know, but I'll play the clip, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Roll of tape.
Yeah, and I'm curious too, when you say, you want to see, of course, we want to see the bodies, right? We want to see the craft. We want to have that physical proof for ourselves and to show it. Have you been offered the opportunity? I mean, given, with David Grush working on your team, and he's the one who said, right, under oath, there's biologics. We have biologics. So has he come to you at all and said, hey, I would love to get you into this room to see this? Are you being blocked from seeing it, or is it just kind of up in the air?
Well, right now, the problem that we're facing is that unless we get the White House to kind of move in our direction, we're probably not going to get access to these locations. And so I've made a request to the White House to be able to go visit some of these locations and actually see the goods. I made a request that JD Vance go with, that we go together.
Yeah.
After some of these interviews that have occurred, it's clear that he does have an appetite to look into this.
Right.
He's kind of like where Trump is. It's not the top of his priority list, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take any kind of interest, and the kind of the doors that a JD Vance can open. And so my staff are reaching out. They're repeatedly requesting that we work together on this, and so that's kind of where I'm at.
So they're definitely going to need the White House, because without the White House or the executive branch, you're never going to get any of this information. And why the president wouldn't want to disclose this, because what would that do if he's the one who discloses this? He'd be remembered for hundreds and hundreds of years as the president who disclosed his alien life. So there either isn't anything going on, or there is, and it's so protected, even he can't release the information. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. So I think it could go either way. Either they don't believe in any of this and they see no proof, or there really is, but even their hands are tied to releasing this. I don't know. I guess it could go either way. I really don't know, but I would really love to see, him and JD Vance walk into one of the buildings and say, let's see the alien ship. And then take a film crew with them and broadcast it live on YouTube. That would be fun. I really, really think that would be cool. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I think it would be cool. Okay, so I'm going to leave links to the full interview on Twitter down below, so you can click on the link and watch the full interview. There's 2 parts. Fascinating interview. I suggest, and recommend that you go watch the video. I thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. It really means a lot. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it makes me feel very, very special. But like I said, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
The Strokeonaut. Finding the truth. truth has no agenda.